Excited to be here and to be hosting this. I am a little nervous. Just gonna let you guys know that right now, so I might jump around just a little bit. Um, but first of all, I just want to welcome everybody and thank everybody for hopping on. I know that you're giving away some of your time to be here and to listen to hear what I have to say. And that's one of the most valuable things that everybody has here is time. It's the one thing we can't get back. So I do appreciate you taking that out and hopping on. And second of all, if whoever invited you to this deeply cares about you, thinks this is something for you, either whether it's an opportunity or something that just to be able to get the product in your hand and to try it. This is something that they really truly, believe that you need in your life. Just a little bit about myself. I know it says the happy dealer. My real name is Char Garcia, and I live in Sacramento, California. I've been in this industry for a little over 3 years. I'm coming up on my almost on my fourth year now, coming up. I got in this industry by complete accident. I didn't know anything about it. I'm an Army veteran. I went to war. I was diagnosed with PTSD. I came back, and I wasn't the same as I was before I went. I was pretty lost. I was going through a lot of stuff. I was out there. I was drinking a lot, and I just was not myself. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, and just, uh, I just, I just couldn't like quite catch myself. And eventually, one day, if you guys could please mute when you hop on, that would be awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And then one day, I was ready to give up, and I was walking, or I came home, and Linda Reed, could you please mute, please? I came home, and I was falling to pieces. I couldn't figure out what my purpose was here anymore. I joined the military at a very young age, at 17, and I was just kind of lost. And I just, I remember I fell to the ground, and I was praying, and I was crying, and I was like, what's my purpose? I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I was lost. And then I the next morning, I woke up, and I rode my bike to this bridge called Hazel Bridge out here. And I remember I was sitting there, and I was thinking about how I had no sign. I was like, God didn't give me no sign. Maybe I'm not meant to be here. Maybe I don't have a purpose anymore. Maybe I've used that up. And I was just ready to give up. And then as I'm backing up, getting my pace ready to try to run and jump off this bridge, my phone makes a ding. And I look at it, and it's my friend Robin Grigsby going live. And Facebook Live was a pretty new thing. I was like, what is this? And it was crazy because I wasn't even following her. So I don't know why it did, because her little sister is actually my best friend. And I didn't like really hang out with her that much. So I was kind of like, what is this? And so I watched her. She's talking about this product. I asked her what it is, because I'm like, this has got to be a sign, right when I'm thinking that. And she has me come over, and I try it, and it lights me up. You know, um, I've I've been drinking this coffee now since, for a long time. I've been taking the Xanthamax, and it's been amazing. My whole life has changed around. And when I started drinking this, I started feeling good. I started feeling happy again. I started feeling, emotions that I haven't felt in years. I was just feeling numb for so long. I just lost all these emotions, and I thought something was wrong. I was like, what are these emotions I'm feeling? Like, why am I worried about people now? Or why am I don't know. I just didn't care about anything when I came back. And I started feeling all that again, and I started feeling happy, and I was smiling all the time. And I remember I was just like, my veteran friends started reaching out to me, and they're like, how are you looking so happy? What's going on with your life? And that's how I got in this industry. I just started sharing these products because I was so intrigued of how much they were helping me, and I was sharing them with everybody. I'm like, you won't believe what this is doing for me. It's amazing. Um, and I even I've had people ask, well, how do you know it's this? Well, I quit taking it, and I started not feeling so great again. Um, and it's just like I love it because it's good for me. It's not something unhealthy that's messing up my liver. And I couldn't help but help get in people's hands, and I didn't even know that I was going to be doing this for a living and making money. Yeah, I've heard of stuff like home businesses, like my mom did Avon, but I thought she did that to make friends. I didn't know it was actually like a thing where you make money, you know. And then at the same time, I was working 5 jobs, you guys, 5 jobs. And I was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it just, everything changed for me. This is what I do full time now, you know. And the crazy thing is, even if I wasn't getting paid anything, I would still share this with everybody because it makes me feel so amazing, you know. And that's the difference about this company than any other company out there. And I'm not going to talk bad about other companies or anything like that, but we have a community and a family here, and it's just absolutely amazing. I feel like I'm part of a family again. Since I've been out of the military, I haven't felt that. And to feel like you're part of something and helping people and changing lives is just absolutely amazing, you know. And now there's all these other products, you know. So if you don't like coffee, there's, you know, there, we just came out with a new lemonade. There's a, you know, the old zest, you know, there's chocolate, there's chai, there's peach tea. I mean, it's, I mean, the list is big, and it's awesome because when I get tired of one, I drink the other, and I just feel great. So, you know, that's how I got in this industry. And you know, that's just a little bit about myself. And that's, you know, this opportunity here is so amazing. And like I said, you know, you were invited here because people want you to hear this. You know, you're going to hear some amazing stories tonight. That was just a little bit of mine. You know, I don't know if I even told you, I also was riding a bike for a living, and I was doing these kind of Zooms, like on a bike, watching it in the rain, you know. And um, it was just, it was a crazy ride to get here, but it was amazing and it was a lot of fun. I'm going to introduce a couple people that are going to tell a story, their story, and how they, you know, a little bit their testimony for this. And the first person I'm going to call on is Birdie. Birdie, are you out there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Awesome. Thank you, Birdie. I
Super
appreciate you hopping
nervous.
on.
Thank you. Thank you. Your story is so inspirational. It's so powerful. Um, so hi, everybody. My name is Bertha Garcia. My family and friends and all my partners know me as Birdie. Um, I'm I'm married, have 4 kids, a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 15-year-old, and a 6-year-old. Um, I care for my mother, who is in her middle 70s and is struggling with the early stage of dementia. We own 2 dogs and a cat. And I tell you this because I was never this way. When I turned 42, I was, I don't know, I got hit early. I got hit with menopause. And it hit me pretty strong. I was very young. And I had all this on my plate, right? So I struggled for a couple of years. Finally, 2019, my life kind of shifted. I began a job. I was a sub at the time, and I started this job. Thought I was going to get better. I kept praying and praying and praying. Menopause hits very hard. I'm pretty sure some of your family or friends, or maybe even yourself, might know it is to have menopause. Um, I had the anxiety attacks. I had the low energy because I was not sleeping. I was depressed, super depressed. And worst of all, I was hurting my family. Every day, I'm talking to you, every day I was yelling at my kids, like really bad. Um, and everybody, it was everybody's fault except mine. But see, I didn't see it because of the same menopause. So like I said, I was working. I worked for an elementary district in my area. And at the time I was a sub, and I fell into a school site where I had to sub. Well, that day is when I first was introduced to our Happy Coffee. I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I kind of jumped into somebody's conversation. There was the 2 co-workers there, and they were having a conversation, didn't know them. And I heard happy hormones and coffee. And I said, stop, hold on. That's me. I need happy hormones. I love coffee. And then she showed her picture and how she lost weight. And I was like, wait, I need to get, rid of this stuff. So I asked her, give me your link. I jumped into it and I said, give me your link. She wanted to give me her customer link. I said, no, I want to buy this stuff direct, personal use, but direct. Well, little did I know what was going to happen after that. I did wait, which I recommend you guys don't do it. I did wait a couple of months. My voices in my head were telling me, oh, it's expensive. Oh, I don't have the money. But yet I was going on a trip with my best friend and I didn't have the money. Anyways, I came back from the trip. Oh, I'll get to it later. The link is there. I'll get to it later. Negative voices were hitting me hard. I was not focused. There was a cloud in my head. So finally, I took the time and I jumped in. I closed my eyes and I jumped in. I said, you know what? I'm laying in bed doing nothing. And I say, I don't have the time to go into the link. Feeling miserable, I jumped in and yes, my coffee came home. First cup of coffee I took, first supplement capsule. It was amazing. It changed my life forever. That moment, 20 minutes in, I felt like a backpack was pulled off of my back. Time passed. I kept drinking the coffee, feeling wonderful. I started sharing it. I started telling people, oh my God, this coffee, look what it's doing. Little did I know that I was selling. Little did I know that I was working my business. I started sending them to the testimonial group, sending my link in, and 2 months in, I had lost weight. I was the happiest I could ever be. My family was happy. My children were like, wow, my mom is not yelling at us anymore. And on top of it, I was getting an income. And let me tell you, this income is very, very touching to my heart, because with that income, finally, after so many years of trying to dream of and think that I couldn't, I got to choose my countertop from my kitchen that we built. We rebuilt it, our kitchen. And also this last Christmas, I was able to buy presents from all of my family and without hurting my husband's wallet. So those were two things that normally it was a fight with my husband, and it just came along with that happiness in that cup and that capsule. So if you guys, whoever invited you to this call, I suggest you get with them, because this is an amazing company, amazing environment with this company. Products are amazing. Nobody else has them out there like we do. And yeah, just get a hold of them. And
Thank you,
I salute
Bernie.
you. You're
I love your
welcome.
story. It's so inspirational. I appreciate you coming on here and sharing. I know it's not easy for all of us to come on here and share, so I do appreciate it. And and isn't the great thing about what this Happy Coffee is doing for us, you guys, is it's making me feel good. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling great. And then the side effect is I'm losing some weight. Like, that's awesome. All right, next up, I'm going to call on Angie. Angie, are you out there? Angie? Might be having trouble unmuting.
She's on mute. She's on mute.
Yeah,
She's on mute.
I got it.
Okay.
It took me a second. I'm still learning about all these techie things. I'm not real techie. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, Angie. I appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate everybody that I've heard. Char, your testimony has been wonderful. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. It just my man. As all the stories I've heard since I've been part of the company has been very inspirational. They've been very exciting and stimulating for somebody who needs sometimes a shot in the arm to get things moving. You know, I'm a single mom. I lost my husband back in 2002. I had 4 children. I married late in life, and so I had my youngest one was born right before I turned 45, and so now I have a 22-year-old. I have a 32-year-old, and I've got 2 boys. The 2 girls sandwiched are on the outside and the boys are on the end. So we got 2 girls and a boy. I mean, 2 girls and 2 boys. So anyway, like I said, I got married late in life, and my husband passed in 2002 from cancer. And we went through a pretty hard time because right at the time I was having menopause. I had 2 children in puberty and 1 pre, and a new child. I had a baby, and so by goodness, I can tell you, that's quite a journey to go through. But we ended up moving here to Oklahoma because I had a friend here that she knew Jesus, and she had led me to the Lord in college. So we moved out here, and it was a good move for us. I have my son that's autistic. He lives with me, and all the other children live out in North Carolina. That's where we lived. But not many months ago, I guess about close to a year ago or so, somebody up had posted on my Facebook about happy something, some kind of coffee. And I thought, oh, that sounds good. But because I lived in North Carolina, I didn't think anything of it. I just said, oh, I might be interested in that sometime, but not right now. So I didn't do anything about it. And then I had a friend that I met here, happens to be a cousin to Miss Wendy. So she was telling me about some coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee. So I said, okay, I'm interested. So at the time was needing something to supplement my income, but I didn't know if I was ready to jump into something like that just yet. So after I talked with Penny, I ended up getting hooked up with Wendy. Then we started talking. I said, oh, this sounds really like something I would like to do. So it might be helpful to me. So I thought we'll give it a try. I tried the coffee and the Xanthamax, and I had a great experience with it. But at the time I had lost my job, and so I didn't have the income to go ahead and continue with it. So I didn't until in the fall. I also do I work with kids a lot. So I do a lot of umpiring and refereeing basketball. So I just finished up a season of basketball just last night. And I can tell you, for my age, I need something to help me get up and down the court. And so the Xanthamax has been a real boost for me. It was a wonderful experience for that part of what I do. And anyway, I found out that the Xanthamax not only gave me the energy I needed, it also curbed my appetite. And I also had somebody give me some the chocolate. So I add that to my coffee. And adding those things together has helped to curb my appetite. And so therefore I'm losing weight a little bit at a time, but it's still coming off. And I've been excited about that. The energy level has been up there, and I can tell you, if you have to referee 2 games in a row, you need a little bit of extra energy. And when I would take the Xanthamax, I had the energy that I needed to be able to do that. I also had my joints were not quite as sore, and so it was a real help to me. And I'm still continuing to learn about all of the products and all of the things. I also teach PE classes 3 days a week, and so for homeschoolers. So there's a lot of things that I'm being very active with, but I'm not as active as I need to be. So anyway, I don't have as long or as an entailed testimony as a lot, because I'm just getting started. But I have some of the people that I come in contact with, I will listen to their conversations and I ask them, how are you doing? You know, because that means a lot to me, to people that God brings into my life. And so I'll ask them, how are you doing? And I listen to what they have to say. And when I hear something and I think, this will help you. So I'll share.
Oh,
You went on mute, Angela. You went on
Yeah,
mute.
you muted again, Angela.
I'm on, okay, I don't know how that happened. My phone just muted itself. I did not touch anything. I promise you.
Well, your testimony is amazing. The Xanthamax is awesome. It does help a lot with, the energy. It helps with my inflammation personally a lot too. And I appreciate you hopping on, Angela, and sharing your story.
She muted again.
All right. We'll go to.
It keeps doing that. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all right. Thank you, Angie.
Sure.
All right. Next up is Cheryl. Cheryl, you out there?
Oh, yeah. I'm listening to all these incredible
I know.
testimonials.
Ain't they amazing?
Yes, they are. They're very inspiring for a lot of people. My name's Cheryl Jacques. I've been with the company. It'll be 3 years in April. It's probably, without a doubt, the best decision I ever made. But I almost wasn't here because when my friend offered me a sample 3 years ago, I was in a very, very, very dark place. I had been on antidepressants for 25 years that were not working. I was suicidal. I had lost my mom and dad, my home, went through a bad divorce. And when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I lost my baby brother suddenly. And that just, I spiraled downhill. And I just woke up every morning wishing I wasn't awake. Couldn't wait to go to bed, praying every night that I wouldn't wake up. But evidently God had another plan. So one day when I was at the barn, my dear friend, Amber Davidson and I, we board horses together. And she said, hey, Amber, hey, you want to try something? I said, what is it? This happy coffee. I said, no, I'm not interested. She goes, okay, because, Amber doesn't push anybody to do anything. And so a few days later, I thought, I'm going to try that stuff because I'm going to prove to her it's not going to work for me. Because nothing works for me. Even the medicine I'm taking isn't working. So why would a cup of coffee work? So I said, you still have that stick of coffee? And she goes, yeah. Okay. She says, take this pill with it. I'm like, all right, we were new in this. So I took the coffee and the Xanthamax, and about 20 minutes into the first cup, I'll try to not be profane, I said, what in the heck is in this stuff? Because I immediately felt the energy, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. And it dawned on me, oh my God, this must be what it feels like to be happy. because I hadn't felt happy in so long. It was a very unfamiliar feeling to me, and I was afraid to embrace it. I was afraid that maybe it wouldn't last. So I kept taking the coffee, kept taking these Xanthamax, and eventually I just said, you know, these antidepressants aren't working. And it's not something I suggest, not making any medical claims, but I quit taking them. They weren't working for me anyway. 3 years now, I've been taking my dose every day religiously. Midday, I have my Georgia peach tea and take an Elevate Max Cap. And it's just like my life has changed so dramatically for the better. My husband noticed it. He was kind of sitting back, you know, kind of skeptical watching, and he saw such a dramatic change that he suddenly started taking it too. And I couldn't help but tell everybody about it. I even had to tell Amber she was right. And, you know, that was, well, she hasn't let me live that down yet. But anyway, we have been sharing this with people. It's literally turned my misery into my ministry. Yes, I still have moments where, you know, with the challenges that we're facing in the last couple of years, who doesn't have moments where they're either down or they're anxious, but this keeps us able to not stay there. We can get out of it and we can move on and we can continue in a positive direction just by continuing to take our products. And if you'll give me just 1 second, Char, I want to tell you something, y'all, that I saw today, that it sounds just like our business. It said you cannot be near people and separate your relationship with them from your relationship with God, because being a good Samaritan involves getting close enough to people to see their hurts, being close enough to see their pain, their afflictions. And when you pass by someone today, are they inwardly bruised, lost, or feeling abandoned? Will you get close enough to see their needs and to offer them a solution? And you know what? That's what this is. If we allow ourselves to talk to everybody and we allow ourselves to be willing to embrace other people's afflictions and to offer them a solution to help change their life, my God, you know, look at us. Look what has happened to us because of this. And I just feel like we owe it to everybody. I just say if they have a pulse, they're going to hear about this coffee, because as far as I'm concerned, it's something that we owe to one another to be able to help change lives. And I'm just thankful every day, thankful for everybody that has supported us. And this company just keeps getting better and better. And we're so thankful to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. I like what you just read. That was awesome. You know, and it's true. That's what we're out here doing. We're out here trying to help people, you know, and, you know, we don't know what someone else is going through. You could be walking by someone and they can look happy, but not be happy. And just a simple, hey, you know, or you like coffee? Like, how simple is that? It's the simplest thing I've ever done. And I'm sure it'll be the simplest thing that a lot of you ever do. You know, most of us already share a cup of coffee with somebody. We already sit down and have coffee. You know, like I'm getting ready to move on to a different property just because it has a nice porch where I can drink coffee. So that's how much I love coffee. You know, coffee, it's an amazing product. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm not going to take, I can't share it. All right, I was going to show you guys some of the products and, you know, but I can't do that because we had technical difficulties today with the host thing. But get back with the person that had you join this Zoom. And, you know, if you haven't tried this product yet, get it in your hands, get it in your cup. Try this. It's amazing. Feel it for yourself. See what it does for you. It does something different for everybody. You know, this just might be what you've been looking for. You know, and if it's not something you've been looking for, it might be something that somebody else has been looking for that you know needs this in their life. So get back with your bright here and, you know, ask him, you know, how do I get this? How do I join this? Thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate it. I know it's so valuable, and I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing night. And remember, you guys rock. You're awesome, and you are absolutely amazing.
Thanks, Char. Thank you, Carol.
Thank
Thanks,
you. Everybody
Jackie.
be good.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank you, Char.
for sharing.
Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Have a
Good
good
night.
night.
Great. Thanks, all.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Very
everybody.
much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Just in time to.
I got my happy lemonade today. I'm excited.